still remember the way my coffee tasted that morning. Bitter, just like the words my father spat at me over the phone. Your presence is an embarrassment, Zayden. Don't come to your mother's birthday. The call ended before I could even process it. My fingers tightened around the mug, knuckles whitening. For 2 years, I'd paid their bills. Electricity, water, internet, every month like clockwork. Nearly $10,000 in total. And now, I was the family's dirty secret. I set the mug down, the ceramic clinking against the granite countertop. My phone screen lit up with a notification from my banking app. Without hesitation, I canceled every automatic payment. No warning. No explanation. If they wanted to cut me out, fine, but they wouldn't keep my money. 3 weeks later, on Mom's birthday, my phone blew up. First, a text from her. The power's out. The guests are here. Fix this. Then Dad, no water. Handle it. Finally, my sister Ren. Her message dripped with that same condescending tone she'd mastered since childhood. The internet's down. You're ruining everything. I smirked, tossing my phone onto the couch. Let them sit in the dark. Around 6 p.m., the relatives started chiming in. Aunt Marley's voice was the loudest in the group chat. How could you do this to your mother? You selfish brat. I scrolled through the messages. My chest hollow. Not a single "Are you okay?" Just demands. Always demands. Then, a video call from Aunt Marley. I almost declined, but curiosity won. The screen showed their dimly lit kitchen. Mom's birthday cake half-eaten, faces tense. Ren stood front and center, her arm looped around her boyfriend's waist. Look who finally answered, she sneered. That's when the boyfriend, a guy in a too tight suit, leaned in, squinting at the screen. His expression shifted from confusion to recognition. Oh shit? Mr. Thayer? Silence. Everyone froze. Ren's grip on his arm slackened. You know my brother. The guy straightened, clearing his throat. Yeah, he's my boss. The room erupted. Boss? Since when? I didn't stick around for the rest. I ended the call, leaned back, and finally let myself breathe. The look on Ren's face? Priceless. But it wasn't enough. Not even close. The next morning, my inbox had an email from Ren's now ex-boyfriend, Cairo. Mr. Thayer, I had no idea Ren was your sister. Now, I've ended things with her. This isn't the kind of drama I need. I almost laughed. Of course he'd bail the second he realized I signed his paychecks. I typed back a cold, professional reply. Your personal life is your business. Keep it out of the office. By noon, Ren was blowing up on my phone. You ruined this for me, she screamed in one voicemail. Cairo left because of you. Fix it! I deleted it without responding. She didn't care about me, just the money and status. She lost. Then came the real surprise. Mom and Dad on my doorstep that evening, suitcases in hand. Their flight must have cost a fortune. Dad cleared his throat. We need to talk. I let them in, but didn't offer coffee. Mom's voice trembled. Zayden, we didn't realize how successful you were. Dad jumped in. Family sticks together. We're sorry for how things went down. I stayed silent, waiting for the real ask. It came. Mom dabbed her eyes. If you could just help us out, $2,000 a month, you can afford it. I leaned forward, elbows on my knees. And Ren, how much is she contributing? They exchanged glances. Dad coughed. Ren's going through a hard time. I smirked. Yeah, me too. Dad's face turned red. After everything we've done. For you? I stood up. You should leave. The door clicked shut behind them. I didn't block their numbers. They never called again. 2 months passed without a word from them. I threw myself into work, expanding our renewable energy startup into 3 new states. The irony wasn't lost on me. I was literally powering homes while my own family sat in darkness. Then, on a random Tuesday, my assistant buzzed my office. Your sister's here, Mr. Thayer. She says it's urgent. Ren stood in the lobby wearing designer sunglasses indoors. Her signature move when she wanted to look important. She yanked them off, revealing puffy red eyes. We need to talk. Privately. I led her to the empty conference room. Before I could sit, she blurted out, Mom's sick. My pen froze midair over my notepad. How sick? Pancreatitis. She's been hospitalized for 3 days. Ren's voice cracked. The doctors say... I waited. She might need surgery. And Dad's retirement insurance won't cover it all. There it was, the ask. I leaned back, studying my sister, the way her fingers trembled around her purse strap, the slight quiver in her bottom lip. Part of me wanted to believe her. The other part remembered the birthday party. So what do you want from me, Ren? She flinched at my tone. I thought, maybe you could pay for it. Her silence confirmed. Everything. I stood up, buttoning my suit jacket. I'll visit Mom, but we're done with transactions. Ren's face crumpled. You're really this heartless? I paused at the door. No. I'm just not your ATM anymore. The hospital smelled like antiseptic and false hope. The cardiac monitor beeped a steady rhythm as I stood in Mom's hospital doorway. She looked smaller somehow, swallowed by starch-white sheets. Her eyes flew open when she saw me. Zayden, just my name, but it carried 20 years of unspoken things. I pulled up a chair. Ren told me. She reached for my hand. Papery skin, cold IV-taped fingers. The doctor says. A cough rattled her chest. If we don't do the surgery soon. I watched the morphine drip in her IV. How much? Mom's grip tightened. Not here. She glanced at the empty chair beside her. Your father went for coffee. He doesn't know I called Ren to find you. Of course, Dad's pride would rather watch her suffer than ask me for help. The monitor beeped faster. I leaned in. Tell me the number. 80,000. She whispered it like a shameful secret. There's the house. We could... No! The word came out sharper than I meant. I took a breath. I'll cover it. On one condition. Mom's pupils dilated, waiting. The deed gets transferred to my name. Today, her mouth opened, then closed. The heart monitor spiked. Footsteps echoed in the hall. Dad's familiar heavy tread. Mom panicked, shoving a folded paper at me. Take it. The lawyer's number. I slipped it into my pocket as Dad appeared. Coffee sloshing over the rim of his cup. His face darkened when he saw me. What the hell are you doing here? The monitor screamed. Nurses rushed in as Mom gasped for air. Dad shoved me toward the door. This is your fault! Behind us, a code blue was called. The hospital corridor blurred as I stumbled backward. Dad's accusation ringing in my ears. Code blue lights flashed as medical staff swarmed Mom's room. A nurse barred us from re-entering, her voice firm. Family needs to wait outside. Dad whirled on me, coffee-stained shirt heaving. You did this, stressing her out with your damn conditions. His fist clenched like he might swing. I didn't flinch. Ren appeared, mascara streaked down her cheeks. Stop it, both of you! She shoved between us, just as the cardiac monitor flatlined. That endless tone. Then, a jolt. The rhythmic beeping resumed. The surgeon emerged. Gloves bloody. Stabilized for now. But she needs that surgery immediately. His eyes locked onto mine. You're the one handling payment? Dad's face purpled. Like hell he is! I pulled out the folded paper Mom had given me. Contact this lawyer. The house transfer will be finalized by noon. Ren gasped. You're stealing their home! Securing it, I corrected, already dialing. Before the medical bills eat it alive. Dad lunged, but security intercepted. You scheming bastard! After everything the surgeon cut in. Mr. Thayer, we need to prep your mother. I met Dad's rage-filled eyes. Your choice. Let me save her. Or keep your pride. Silence. Ren started sobbing. Dad's shoulders slumped. The lawyer answered on the second ring. By 3:17 p.m., the paperwork was signed. My signature looked foreign on the deed, like I'd stolen something sacred. The lawyer handed me the keys with an awkward nod. Your parents will retain lifetime tenancy, per the agreement. I pocketed the keys, their weight heavier than expected. Back at the hospital, Ren sat curled in a waiting room chair, staring at her phone. She didn't look up when I entered. Surgery started an hour ago, she mumbled. I sat across from her, the vinyl seat, creaking. Dad! Smoking outside. Again, she finally met my eyes. Hers red-rimmed. You couldn't just help without taking everything? The vending machine hummed beside us. I studied the family photos flashing on Ren's locked screen. All of them without me. Remember my graduation? Her thumb paused mid-scroll. You told Mom. It was just an associate's degree. Dad didn't come. I leaned forward. The house isn't payment, Ren. It's proof. She frowned. Of what? That I existed. The OR doors swung open. A surgeon in blood-splashed scrubs approached. We both stood. Procedure went well, he said, peeling off his cap. But we found something unexpected. Ren grabbed my arm, nails digging in. Your mother's pancreas! He hesitated. There are lesions. We need to discuss cancer staging. The air left the room. Behind us, the entrance doors banged open. Dad reeked of cigarettes and desperation. Well, is she? Ren burst into tears. I caught the surgeon's gaze. Show us the scans. The scan looked like a black and white hurricane. Swirling shadows where Mom's pancreas should have been smooth. The oncologist pointed to jagged edges. This type spreads quickly. We need to start chemo immediately. Dad collapsed into a chair, his face ashen. Ren kept repeating, no, like a broken record. I focused on the doctor. What's the survival rate? With aggressive treatment, 30% at 5 years. The words hung in the sterile air. Dad suddenly lurched toward me. You'll pay for this too, right? His breath reeked of nicotine and fear. The house isn't enough, Ren gasped. Dad! I stared at him, really stared, at the tremor in his hands, the desperation in his bloodshot eyes. The man who'd called me an embarrassment now looked at me like I was his last hope. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. No, I said quietly. Dad's face twisted. You'd let your mother. I'll pay. I interrupted. But not for you. I turned to the oncologist. Set up the best treatment team. Money isn't an issue. Ren started crying again, but this time she reached for my hand. I let her take it. Dad just sat there, shrinking into himself. As we left the consultation room, Ren whispered, "Why are you doing this?" Outside the window, the sunset painted the parking lot gold. "Because I can," I said. And for the first time in our lives, that was enough.